July 19th, 2026. Dear Ambitious Me. Have you ever had a plan turn into a whole engineered program? It starts off simple, but it just keeps growing. That's how my brain works. I get one small idea that turns into several million more ideas. One thing quickly leads to another, and bam, a whole new system is created. I tend to do this a lot with hobbies. So, for a while, scrapbooking was my thing, so I bought all things related to scrapbooking. I loved designing things, so I bought all things related to my Cricut Maker. I wanted to play with wood, so I begged my husband for a scroll saw, in which he told me no, to use the other tools we had, and I used the other tools we had until he finally got me a scroll saw, in which I gave up on that project. It's just how my brain works. I get this bug, and I become ultra interested in it, and I throw everything to it, and then suddenly it stops. Recently, I have had that same bug in regards to my podcasts and my business and just all things life related. And I do mean all things life related. So I want to redo my spices in my kitchen. And I can't just do them simply because that would be easy, and I don't do easy. I literally want to mix and make all of my own seasonings. I've never done that before, but I've seen it online and it looked really cool and it looked slightly healthier, so I'm determined at some point to do that. I'm also determined to lose weight by eating healthier, so I bought all the cookbooks and all the workout equipment, and it's sitting there, taunting me. And then I'm working on writing a couple of books. I've already written 3 books before, but I'm convinced because I'm writing 3 new books, I need all of the books to tell me how to write books about the book I want to write. Makes no sense, but that's how my brain works. I have to make sure I'm prepared. Overly prepared. And then yesterday, I announced to you guys that I had a free journal coming out, which I do. I do indeed. It's loaded on my website. As of last night, I couldn't get it to work the way that I wanted it to work. And it frustrated me because when I do something, I go all the way in. I would not have announced it if for any moment I would have thought that it wasn't going to work. And then it didn't work. And instead of spinning out of control or getting upset and shutting down, which are my go-to responses for things, I said, I'm going to pack it up, I'm going to call it a night, I'm going to deal with it the next day. So for any of you that may have visited my website last night, I apologize. It would not cooperate with me. It is up now. The website's been redone because I decided that it looked childish. So of course, instead of just loading the free journal that I had for you guys, I had to redo my whole website today. Because again, one small idea turns into several million. So, I have been working on my website all day long. I am like the adult version of if you give a mouse a cookie. So if you tell me to add something to my website, chances are I'm going to look at my website and decide it needs to be redone. And if I have to redo my website, chances are I'm going to add something else to it that wasn't there originally. And if I add something that wasn't there originally, I have to then build it out from scratch right then and there. And if I didn't already have that piece to it, I now need to start that piece to finish this piece to do that piece. Which is legit how my brain worked today. So, I had my website set up with several different things, and I essentially scrubbed it clean and started from scratch. I redid my contact page, I redid my About Me page. I'm still me, but I felt the need to redo my About Me page. I redid my home page, and then I'm like, you know what? I should link my podcast to my website. So I did. And then I said, you know what? I should write blogs about my podcast for those who don't like listening, but might enjoy reading. Except, I hadn't actually written a blog post yet, so that meant I had to set up the podcast site, to link to the blog post site, to write a blog, to post on said blog post site, and then make sure all of it worked. To say that I've been busy today is an understatement. But I enjoyed every moment of it. When I get into these headspaces, it's probably mania. I can recognize that. I just go for it. I throw caution to the wind, and anything that I set my mind to is going to get done, except for the things that need to get done. I've told you guys before, Saturday's my laundry day. I have barely touched laundry this weekend because I was hyper-focused on the thing I wanted to accomplish, which was getting you guys the free journal, and then I've got a journal that I'm rolling out that will directly deal with the show. And I've just been working on it as hard as I can. I don't want to cut corners. I don't want to miss something that's important. I want it to be deep enough for us to figure out who we are in our story, and easy enough to where we're not sitting in a corner crying somewhere. Because, let's be real, no one's got time for that. We all have responsibilities and life to live and yada yada yada. I'm supposed to start my job tomorrow, guys. 2 jobs. And I still have not made a decision. And instead of sitting here and figuring that out tonight, or today, I worked on a website. Because I have this belief in myself that something big is going to happen. And if I just trust myself enough and give myself the chance, it's going to go the way that I want to. Do I believe that? No. Most of the time I don't. But I'm going to try for it. I have this fire lit up under me that says I'm going to go for it. What's the worst that could happen? I mean, I am still working, so it's not like I can't pay my bills. But what if one of you guys reach out to me and say, like, hey, we would really like to have that service. I can't have you do that if I don't have anything set up for you to do so. So, today, that was my bite of pie. That was where all my energy went. That's where my thought process was. And I just sat down and knocked it out. Now, I am very tech savvy. Me and technology get along really, really well. But when it comes down to building websites, your girl's at a loss. Like, I can figure it out. Google is my friend. But the patience it takes to build a website, like, I admire people who go into that for a business. Bravo. Because I am so precise with things, and I'm so OCD with things. I almost said anal, which I guess I could have said because I just said anal here. That it has to be what I deem to be perfect, and that was near impossible to do it with this website. And so I would find myself getting frustrated and wanting to chuck my computer across the room, which I would not do because computers are not cheap, and I'm a brand whore. So I had to, like, take a step back and take a breath and regather myself and regather my thoughts and then go back in. Also different for me, I usually have something playing on in the background, i.e. music or the TV. Typically it's the ID channel. I love to hear about true crime. Soothing for me. Weird, I know. Doesn't change it. The last couple of days, I've been so into my project that I have had nothing on. I just get in the zone and I'm talking to myself in a healthy way this time, and I'm knocking things out. Usually, I'm a list kind of girl. I make lists for lists. Hey, I want to do this, I want to do that. This needs to get taken care of, and do this first. Last week, I sat down with a mentor and made a list of the things that I wanted to do. And one of those things on the list was to fix my website. Which I did. But I don't think I checked off anything else on that list because I was so hyper-focused. Now, I'm not your typical candidate for ADHD. At least I don't think so. I should probably get tested. I probably won't. I feel like I'm already overly medicated and don't want any more. But when it works, it works. When I can narrow down my focus to the one thing that I'm interested in, it works. So if you tell me, like, hey, we've got this kid we want you to go work with, I'm in there. I'm in my zone. Me working with kids, that's what I'll do all day, every day. I can do that. I can hyper-focus on that. Which is weird, right? Because, as we've discussed, I have OCD. I like my routine. But as much as I like my routine, I like to know what's expected, but for things to evolve. So one of the reasons why I like working at retail, because I knew that every day I was going to go to work. Every day I was going to help customers. Every day I was going to stock shelves. Like, those are givens. But who I ran into was the exciting part. I didn't know that. I like structure with a hint of chaos. I'm really good at structure with a hint of chaos. So I create it. And I create it by taking on whirlwind projects. I am excited because I'm proud of myself. I just said that out loud, guys. I am proud of myself. I am proud of myself that I built my website, that I got the journals up there, and not only a journal, but like 3 different colorways of said journal, because I love for you guys to have options. Because again, that's how my brain works. And I did it. I got it designed, I put it together, I got it online, I fixed my website up, and I started my podcast tonight. I was a little worried because I was just like looking at the time and watching it go by. Didn't want to miss my journal entry. I really enjoyed doing my journal with you guys. But I somehow managed to get it all done. Granted, I had nearly no interruptions today. My husband was back there doing his thing. It was just a quiet day. We had the landscaper come by. He did the lawn for us. The dog watched out the window as he mowed the lawn. I swear that's my dog's favorite show. My husband's like, what do you mean it's your favorite show? What do you mean that's her favorite show? That's not a show. For my dog, it's like a new episode every time you open the blinds. She's just waiting for her show to come on. And it was just a nice day. A hot day, but a nice day. Now, did I take care of all the things I needed to take care of? No, I did not. Let's see. I didn't do my laundry. I didn't make my bed, which I don't usually make my bed if I have to do laundry, so that's the excuse that I'm using, although I knew I wasn't going to make it back in there to wash the bedding before I went to bed. So my brain's going to have to fight with that one tonight. I'll make it work. I did eat today, but I only ate 1 meal. But it wasn't cereal, so a win is a win. I hydrated-ish. I don't like water. Water, to me, is yucky. I don't understand how so many people enjoy the taste of water. And everyone always says, it's tasteless. No, it tastes gross. I don't like it. And if I have to drink it, if I absolutely force myself to drink water, it cannot be cold. I cannot stand cold water. That is the worst. But today was hot, so I hydrated. I had 2 coffees, I had 2 canisters of sweet tea, all the healthy stuff to keep myself hydrated. So that's kind of a win, right? I did take in liquids, okay? Which, for me, that's questionable. I don't like going to the bathroom because I don't like having to walk to the bathroom, and because I had this thing that I could only use certain bathrooms. Again, there's that OCD side of me, and I'm like that wherever I go. So at my house, I have the bathroom in the primary room, and then I have the one in the hallway. I will walk past the one in the hallway to go to the one in the bedroom. Let's say that I've slept on the couch for the night, and my husband's in the bedroom sleeping. It matters not if he wakes up. I'm going to my bathroom to go to the bathroom. At work, if I have to go to the bathroom, I train myself to go into the bathroom the first time, look for the perfect stall, and that stall becomes my stall. If for some reason I go into the bathroom and that stall is dirty or someone's in it, I just don't go to the bathroom. That's how I work. And yet, if you give me a project that I'm excited about, the possibilities are endless. I am going to give you what you want and need beyond what you want and need. Because, why not, right? shoot for the stars, which I do, which I did. So today, I was overly ambitious. I decided I was going to accomplish all the things, and I sat down at my desk at about 3 o'clock, which was exactly 12 hours for when I went to bed. And I've been sitting at my desk since then. It is now 11 o'clock my time, and I have just been beast mode on my website. And I like it. Now, this is a Jamesha done website. It's not perfect, it's not necessarily the prettiest, but it's functional. Do I plan to hire somebody if I ever make big bucks to do my website for me? Yes, absolutely. Because I don't have the wherewithal to do it the way that I want to do it. I also feel bad for anybody working with me, because you're going to think, oh my god, she's such a perfectionist, until it comes to something I can't do. If I hire you to do something, my perfectionist takes a pause. So, for example, getting my hair done. I hate doing my hair. I have natural hair. It's really curly and kinky, and it's hard to comb, and it's a process. I don't like the process. So, when I go to my stylist, she'll ask me, how do you want your hair done? And I respond the same way every time. Just make me pretty. And she responds every time, you already are. But the point is, you do hair for a living, I don't. I'm going to trust whatever you decide to do to my head. That's how this works. And she's always like, Bet, say less. And then she makes me pretty. She makes me prettier. So, if you build websites, bro, here's the information you need. Do you. Just make it so that I can use it and that I understand how to use it in the background. Because you're the expert. And I love that. I love to be able to say, hey, I'm paying you to do this job, so just do it however you see fit. Again, landscaper. Ma'am, what would you like me to do? Whatever you're going to do for what you're charging me. That worked out well. I sit on almost 5 acres of land. I don't expect anyone to mow 5 acres of land. Lots of it's hay too, so like that's the whole thing. But man, he got out there and he's like, is there anything else I can do for you guys? No, as long as we don't have to do it, we're good. You're good. I did have a moment where I was trying to figure out like how he got his lawnmower here. Okay, so his truck was parked into the driveway, and I saw him riding on his lawnmower, mowing our lawn. And I'm like, okay, cool, he's here. Like I could hear that. And then I took the dogs outside while he was still here, and his truck didn't have a lawnmower in it. And I was super confused because I'm just like, how does that work? Where did the lawnmower go? Because clearly you had one, and it's clearly not in your truck. Did you like fold it up? Did you hide it? My brain went all kinds of ways, and I was like, husband, I need you to come outside with me. I feel like I'm going crazy. I cannot find this lawnmower. So like, I have my husband come outside with me, and I'm just like, bro, see, there's no lawnmower here. How did he mow the lawn? The lawn is clearly mowed, but how did he do it? And then the guy comes up and he's talking to us. He's like, oh, yeah, I had a trailer with me, and my grandfather lives nearby, and he needed the trailer, so I just ran it over to him, and I was hoping you guys didn't think that I just left. I missed the part where he left for some period of time. I was just wondering how he, magically cut my lawn without a lawnmower, and he's like, yeah, no, it was here, and then I dropped it off. Guys, this is what crazy looks like. I will convince myself that, like, no, clearly he had it here. I just don't know what he did with it. It's hiding in my shed? Knowing good and well, that would be the dumbest place for him to put it. Like, he can't store it in my shed. But my mind went to, logically, he had to put it somewhere. It's not in his truck. But that's me. That's how my head works. Sometimes it's really funny, and sometimes it's really slow. Today was a good day. Today it just clicked, and it just worked. And I did all the things, and I got all the things done. I need to test it out. So if any of you would love to jump on and, like, do the things where you add the information and then, like, you download the thing and tell me if it works, please, I'd appreciate you. Don't worry, I'm not spamming you with emails. That would mean I have to take the time to write the emails. And then if you haven't noticed, I'm kind of busy doing other things. It's not to say that we can't talk, because certified yapper, this could be the job for me, talking to myself. Love it. But that's not the plan. We could be like pen pals. Do we still do pen pals? Do like people still send people letters? I know they do that with people like in prison, and I've thought about doing that, but then I'm always kind of skeptical. Like, how does that actually work? I might try it though, guys, because they need people too, and they have emotions and things that they're working on, and who am I to say no? Again, ambitious. That's how I'm feeling today. So, how are you guys feeling? Was it a good day? Was it a bad day? Was it a trying day? Tell me about it. Write me a poem, or a sonnet, or a letter, or an email. But tell me about it. Let's talk about you. Let's learn the story that you have. Let's see what's inside of you. So, just remember, today is another page in the story. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be written. And before you close your journal tonight, ask yourself, what was your bite of pie today? Until tomorrow, love you loud.